afternoon. I finally did something I've been meaning to for ages and got some prints done of some photos I took some photos I took while travelling, and we're going to put them up, and then we're going to talk about why I got prints done and why you need to be getting prints done as well. So let's do this. I've ordered A3 prints. I've got A3 frames here. I won't pretend to do some cringy opening of the prints because I've already opened them because I got a bit excited. This possibly the most satisfying part about getting prints. I've got 8 A3 prints printed out. I wanted one for each country I went to travelling, which was 6 different countries. I wanted one extra from Bali because it was one of my favourite photos of the whole trip, and they had a 2-for-1 offer, so I also got one of when I went to New York because that's also one of my favourite photos I've ever taken. I originally wanted actual frames with a frame on them, but I changed my mind because I'm not a massive fan of frames. I wanted the simplicity of this sort of thing, so it's just pure photo, really. I didn't want any distractions from them. Bugger. Tiny bit too big for a frame. That doesn't make sense. This is A3 print as an A3 frame. How is it different sizes? Step 1, done. Okay, I literally went to my dad and said I need a knife, a really sharp knife, and he gave me this. Got a random bit of card to protect it. So that's done, got the prints and the frames, so let's actually have a look at them. Right, so disclaimer, there is still plastic on all these prints because I haven't put that one on properly. All the prints still have the plastic on the frame because I don't want it to get scratched before I put them on the wall. Plan is to paint this, but I can't get any paint at the moment because we're in lockdown, and it's got a month delivery time on it, so we'll do that at some point. But yes, at the moment these have all still got the plastic on. Starting in the order that I took them. So this is my first one. This is a shot of when I went to New York. This is one of my favourite photos I've ever taken, which is why I wanted to get this one printed. It's from Brooklyn Heights, or down the bottom of Brooklyn Heights. Yeah, it's a little spot. You've obviously got all these, I don't even know what they are, they're just wooden poles sticking out of the water. But then you got, reflection of the city at night. I think it's a 30-second exposure. But yeah, one of my favourite photos that I've taken, which is why we got that one done. If we're going in order I took them, this is the next one. This is from Cambodia. So while travelling I went to Thailand, Cambodia, Vietnam, Bali, Australia and New Zealand. So I wanted a photo from each place to go up on the wall. But yes, this is the one from Cambodia. This is obviously a photo of the monkey. This was taken at Angkor Wat, I think I'm saying it right. The biggest temple in Siem Reap in Cambodia. And yeah, as soon as we got there we spotted these monkeys sat there and this guy was just so photogenic. And it's just one of my favourite photos from Cambodia. The reason I love photography so much, right, is because every photo has a memory and a story behind it, and especially for me, especially for these photos for travelling, there's always a memory behind it. So even this one from New York, there's a memory behind this of me dragging my family halfway across New York City, back across Brooklyn Bridge, down to get this photo, me climbing out on the rocks, them standing there waiting in the cold for me, while I sat there and took a load of 30-second exposures. To then get one of my favourite shots. At the time, this was my favourite shot I've ever taken. I feel like the one you'll see later from Bali has replaced this maybe, but still one of my top shots. So there's that story behind it. And it's the same with this one. This, for me, has such a memory behind it and such a story behind it of seeing these monkeys there, of getting to Angkor Wat for the first time and seeing the temple and seeing the magnificence of Cambodia. So yeah, that's why this one's printed. The next one is from Vietnam, which was a drone shot of the Golden Bridge, which is in Da Nang in Vietnam. man-made bridge being held up by these two massive hands, looking out over Vietnam, and it is just incredible. This is so many memories behind it. The cable car ride leading up to it, the taking this shot and hiding from security guards around a corner because you weren't allowed to fly drones here. Meeting some other guy who was doing the exact same thing, hiding where I was flying his drone to get this shot. And then as soon as I put my drone away, walking past a security guard who looked at me very suspiciously. But yeah, just a lot of memories behind these photos, and that's the one from Vietnam, and that's why it means so much to me. So that's why I've got this one printed, and I just think it's a great shot. This one was taken in Koh Phangan in Thailand. It's coming down the beachfront on the moped and spotted a palm tree. It was my picture for a while, not that you would know that, but I'll put the picture here somewhere. Is a photo of me walking out on the palm tree, and while I was sat there I got the drone out and flew it because the sunset was incredible, as you can see. So yeah, I was flying the drone around for about 20 minutes and I got this shot, and just look at those colours. That was one of the best sunsets. Look at those colours. So this next shot is from Bali, and when I think of Bali, one of the first places that come to mind are the rice terraces and how amazing they were. We got here at left the hotel early in the morning so we could be here for sunrise, and yeah, this is one of my favourite shots I got of the rice terraces. The sun peeking through. I love the way there's a sun flare here coming through. The palm trees, it just looks amazing, and this is why it's one of my favourite shots. So this next one is the extra shot I took in Bali, and the reason I got this printed is because it is one of my favourite photos I've taken. I always say one of because I'm never sure, and my opinion always changes on my own photos and everything. But this is, I'm very proud of this. This is again with the drone. This was in Bali, but it was on the island Nusa Penida? Nusa Kenagan. I can't say it. One of the Nusa Islands in Bali, there's the place called the Blue Lagoon, and it is like toothpaste. This water is insanely blue and insanely frothy as it crashes against the rocks, and it's amazing. And I'll show you the photo. So that's the photo. It's a drone shot looking down of the rocks outside of it, the waves crashing, looking hectic, and I just love it. The memories behind this one are the fact the first time we went there, the wind was insane, and I couldn't fly the drone. I couldn't take it off without risking it, and I wasn't risking it. So I actually went back there on the last day. I think this was either the morning of leaving or the day before. I think it was the morning of the day we left or the day before. I can't remember exactly, but yeah, I rushed down there to get this shot so I could fly my drone, and it was so worth it. And yeah, I was flying my drone around. I think I went for almost all my batteries, I think, flying around, getting all the shots, getting all the footage. I'll show some footage in now so you can see it, because it was incredible. But this is one of the photos I got of it, and it is one of my favourite photos that I've ever taken. I feel like I keep whacking prints, but there you go. So this one is Australia. This is of the Gold Coast. We started up in Cairns and headed down to Sydney and then Melbourne. On the way down, went through the Gold Coast, and I took the drone up and got some shots. And I took the drone up and I got 3 photos. One was looking down on me, and there was 2 of the city skyline, and this is my favourite one, and it's actually one of my favourite photos of Australia. I'm going to keep saying it, but memories behind it, memories behind getting this shot, sending it up. It still scares me to this day, flying my drone above water. And the last one is of New Zealand. Right, so I think this looks like a pretty basic shot of a lake. But the reason I got this one printed is because Lake Tikapu was my favourite place on this planet. The star photo, I'll put the star photos in now because they are insane. These star shows. It's in the middle of the Dark Sky Reserve, so at night the night lights up. Like, it's insane how many stars there are in the sky. And the whole place is just surrounded in natural beauty. And it just, from the moment we got there, it became my favourite place on this planet. And it still is, and I will go back, and I can't wait to go back. But for the meantime, I've got a print of it, which is this one. It's just the place is just beautiful, and this print means a lot to me because it is my favourite place. Just the crystal clear waters you can see here, the mountains in the background, just the whole thing is just, the whole place is just beautiful. And even though this is in itself is quite a basic shot, the place in it has a special place in my heart. As cringy as that sounds, it does. And yeah, I just love it, and that's one of my favourite shots because of the fact that it means so much, and that place is just amazing. It's madness. It's literally out of this world. And yeah, love it. Okay, so why did I get these shots printed, and why do I think you need to get your shots printed? Because when you print out your shot, it becomes an actual thing. It's not just memory and ones and zeros on a hard drive. It's an actual thing that you can hold, you can look at. As I zoomed in a little bit. Yeah, when photos are blown up in front of you, you just see so much more detail. You pick up so much more in the photo than before, and it's just something magical about being able to seeing a photo you've taken in front of you, on the wall, on a desk, in a frame. It makes it just, I can't explain it. As a photographer, it's one of the best feelings, seeing your photos printed. And no one gets prints done nowadays at all, and I think that's stupid. Like, we need to be getting. I'm awful at it. I never get prints done, and I need to, and I want to, and I'm going to. And as I have been doing it here, and I've been getting a lot more prints done, like personal prints. My room is covered in them, of just personal rubbish that we get up to, and photos that just have so much memories behind them. Both photography photos and personal photos, I think we all need to get more prints done, and I fully intend on getting these prints up on that wall there. But as I say, I want it painted first, and I can't get the paint for a while, so we might just make some sort of temporary solution. Okay, it's a couple of days later. I have got the photos up on the wall. I've moved a couple up and down a bit, adjusted positioning. Got some string between the corkboard and the photos, and I am super happy with how this has come out. Yeah, really happy. As I said earlier, it is a temporary thing because I'm planning on painting the one end of the month, so the cork is stuck on the blue tack at the moment. But yeah, super happy. Boom, there you go. That is the new display. World map in the middle, string going to the photos around the edge, and yeah, I am really, really happy with how this has come out. So yeah, so this is my new backdrop wall for videos. Isn't just for that, it's because I've been wanting to do this for ages and get a map up on the wall, get my photos around it. But yeah, I'm super happy with how it came out. With the plastic off the photos, they look so good, and I really like the frames I've gone for these. But yeah, if you're not doing already, get your photos printed. If this video doesn't convince you, then I give up. But get your photos printed and get them up, because it's the most satisfying thing as a photographer. But yeah, that's all for me today. As I say, get your photos printed. If you do get them printed, I want to see them. Tag me on Instagram. I'll link my Instagram down below. But yeah, don't forget to like the video if you enjoyed it, subscribe for more content, all the other stuff that YouTubers tell you to do, and I will see you next time. Peace.